there's a way out if you're willing to receive it. It's not my choice. It is your choice. It's my choice to receive it for myself, and it's your choice to receive it for yourself. So tonight we're going to go into part two, as I said, the worldly battle. And then tomorrow we're going to go into the battle within us. See, we got to begin to understand all stages, all three components of that spiritual battle, that we begin to understand how we are to fight. We begin to understand those things that gives us strength, and we begin to understand those things begin to tear us apart. We begin to understand those things that builds us up, and we begin to understand those things that tears us down. See, we understand those things that give us joy, and we understand those things that increase our sorrow. See, we got to begin to understand these things, because if we don't, the enemy wins, because the enemy evades our understanding and begin to attack the way we believe and see a thing, and we begin to call it the casualties of life. It is not a casualties of life. It is a strategic attack on your spirit man, that your natural man do not surrender and allow the spirit man to begin to lead and guide and take us into that place of safety, that place of insurance, and that place of protection, that fortress in the presence of God. Amen. So tonight, as we go into part two, I pray that when we get into these scriptures, we begin to identify and begin to read the scriptures, that you begin to take notes and begin to check and try the word by the word, and see if God is not giving us a sure plan of overcoming in this time and in this season for this moment. There's a time and season for everything. We must understand we are in a battle of war. And we got to set our mind. We got to get prepared. We got to get trained. We got to become equipped. So right now we're going through boot camp. We're going through boot camp right now. We're learning how to build up that spirit man. So you got to build that spirit man up to get ready to engage war. So you can't go into the battle, even when you go into I'm just going to use this for in a second, even when you go into the army, before you can actually get into the actual full-fledged military call to arms, call to duty, you got to go through boot camp. You got to go through basic training. You got to begin to understand what it takes to become a soldier in the U.S. Army. You got to begin to understand what it takes, what the rules of engagement. You got to begin to understand what is the limitations, what is the boundaries, or is there any boundaries, or is there any limitations? Is there anything called such as a fair fight? So you got to begin to understand that is the purpose of why the U.S. military begins to have that boot camp training, is because